Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be doing a live stream. Today we actually got both reports of at least a tornado or two in northeastern Oklahoma. So I'm going to go and get some things set up here very quickly before we start. Here, refresh this. Let my Twitter followers know that I'm live. Alright. Alright, we all should be set up here. So yeah, we do have a couple tornado warnings in northeastern Oklahoma. We actually at least have one tornado warning for right now. So our tornado producing storm this is Tulsa, which Tulsa is right here. So our tornado warning storm is just going along the Kansas and Oklahoma border as of right now, which eventually should enter to southeastern Kansas soon. So our tornado right now is right here, which we do have a report of. Looks like we may have another area of rotation trying to materialize just to the southwest, and then another one just southwest of, is that Juan, Oklahoma? Let's see the correlation coefficient, see if there's any debris getting lofted. Well, there's none, but there's storm chasers out there that did report a tornado in some of these regions in here with this storm. So this is a pretty dangerous storm. Now, it does not look that impressive in reflectivity, but you get to really see it when you get on velocity. So our tornado, if there is one right now where it lifted, it's just now crossing. I honestly do not know what this highway is, but I wish they would add highway numbers and stuff like that on radar scope. That actually be really nice to have. Looks like we may have another air rotation trying to materialize here, and another one just right behind it. So we got three areas to watch here. Your Kansas-Oklahoma border is right here, so these areas of rotation should cross it to southeastern Kansas. Missouri is right over here. Um, Here's Joplin, Missouri, right in here. So we'll be watching these storms as they start to move into Kansas here. Definitely something we'll be watching for. Now, there's not many buildings and stuff out there, so the correlation coefficient may be kind of useless. So you have to go by weather reports on this, which we did have multiple reports of at least one tornado in northeastern Oklahoma, which so far there's a storm chasers line on Twitter right now, which he said there might have been 3 tornadoes, 2 or 3. So, which is quite a few for one storm already. This early in the, well, it's not that early in the day, but then again, we'll be watching these storms as they move into southeastern Kansas. Now, for one thing's for certain is as things start to calm down, we'll also mention the what major winter storm threat in the Midwest, and then the nor'easter threat for the northeastern United States, which I do have a snowfall forecast with that. So, which we'll mention those, which I'll probably have to make a video later today, probably. So yeah, on that. So Tulsa is way down here, which right now Tulsa does not have a tornado threat as of right now. So your main storms is just going along the Oklahoma and Kansas border. This storm is really getting my interest right there. And Kansas border, really getting my interest right there. Let me guys, man, I mess it up. Uh, So for anybody that's watching the stream, let me know if there's like any other reports of a tornado or anything like that. I know one person's live tracking the storm. So we got 2 areas of rotation. We actually got 3 areas to watch right now. Which all of these have a chance of producing a tornado. Which they may have to issue a tornado warning with this storm right here. Which is passing over 1. As of right now. Which right now, correlation coefficient doesn't really show any debris get off that. I mean, out in these regions here, It's pretty rural, and there's not many buildings and stuff out there. So for the tornado to hit, so the correlation coefficient is probably going to be a little bit useless out of some of these parts here. Now, if it's like out in Dixie Alley where there's a lot of trees and stuff, it'll probably be more useful. But since it's in kind of like northeastern Oklahoma, the correlation coefficient won't be that useful with this. So you have to go by storm reports here, which we do have 3 areas of rotation to watch here as it starts to move into Kansas here. So if anybody's like in Indiana, which I don't know how to pronounce that, Bartlett, even South Coffeyville, you guys need to take shelter, even Coffeyville as well, as these storms start to move to the northeast, as it's going to move into uh, Kansas. Which if you guys do have any questions, let me know in the chat, as we'll be watching these rotating storms get into Kansas. So I'm going to look on social media here, see if there's any other tornado reports or anything like that on my phone here. So that's what I'm looking for. Let's see here. May as well take a look into the SPC outlook really quick. So this is for the rest of today. You got a marginal risk across northeastern Oklahoma, southwestern Missouri, northwestern Arkansas, and southeastern Kansas. The primary threat, there could be an isolated tornado, which we already have one or two. Damage winds, and there can also be some hail as well. So far, we pretty much had, I think, 2 tornadoes so far. So yeah, on that. Let's go back to the radar here really quick. Alright, looks like we got some good news here. Looks like this area of rotation is dying down. Same way for this one. Starting to get a little bit more broad, getting weaker. Same one with this one here. So this tornado warning will expire in 20 minutes. What you can see is a confirmed tornado moving northeast at 40 miles an hour. It's a damaging tornado. Watch bars confirmed tornado 3 miles southeast of Juan at around 1:45 p.m. And that's in, I think that's a Central Time. So we'll be watching that closely here. And that's really the only rotating storm, at least of what I see right now. Let's move our radar a little bit further to the northeast here, see if there's any rotating storms, which doesn't look like it right now. Although we'll probably have to watch some of these storms here. But right now, the storms to watch will be right here, which will eventually cross it to the Kansas, and at least cross it to southeastern Kansas. Which our closest radar site is from Tulsa, Oklahoma. So reflectivity is not that great in some of these regions here. Yeah, for storm chasers are chasing this one, it's going to have to watch the one behind it. That's going to be another area of interest there as well. So that'll be something to watch here. Don't have any pictures here. Always for what I've seen on Twitter or anything like that. So if you guys do have any questions, you could go and put it in the chat. So let me look at the chat really quick. Nobody has chat yet. Looks like the rotation just southeast of Juan is starting tying up, which is pretty much following the same path as the first tornado, which is not good. Hopefully this here doesn't hit anything, which is some of those portions in some of these areas here. There's not really many buildings and stuff, like I said before. So they probably just extended this tornado warning for this other circulation that's coming up here, which seems like it's starting to tighten up a little bit. Let's see if we got anything on the correlation coefficient. And maybe something there? I'm not sure. There may be something there. I don't know. It's hard to tell. So you got 3 circulations here. Which these here are not picking up any debris, although this one here might be picking up some debris. Who knows? I mean, for some of those ranges there, there's not a lot of buildings and stuff like that to pick up, or trees. All you really got is crops and some farm buildings. Not a whole lot of stuff, at least I know of, that's out there. I could be wrong. Alright, so I do have a picture of the tornado. It was a stovepipe, but I probably can't show you guys that because of copyright. We're actually getting multiple pictures now coming in. Funnel cloud, tornadoes, stuff like that. Alright, so it's tornado ground again. So looks like we do have a tornado that's on the ground again with the same storm. So we may be up to 2 or 3 tornadoes now. The tornado counter is really going up. We actually got 3 pretty good circulations here. So these storm chasers out here need to watch for all of these. If they're in like some of these regions right in here, they gotta watch for this circulation because that could drop a tornado. Which this circulation right here, which has been the tornado producing meso, is now starting to move in into southeastern Kansas, which a tornado warning should be issued for some of these regions here. I cannot believe they haven't done that yet. They should definitely issue it. Issue a new tornado warning, which I don't know why they haven't. So if anybody's like in Enna, Bartlett, Altamont needs to take shelter. I mean, Alamont's pretty far north, but these storms here, these rotating storms will get pretty close. It may miss up to the south, but we'll see about that. This town right here also needs to watch these storms here. So I don't know which meso is producing the tornado right now, although we are getting multiple tornado on the ground. With one of these mesos here, it's one of them. I mean, we got 3 different mesos. Alright, so new tornado warning has been issued. So let's take a look to here. So this expires in 29 minutes. Radar indicator rotation. Doesn't say report of a tornado or anything like that. So this is in effect for southwestern Labette County, southeastern Kansas, and southeastern Montgomery County in southeastern Kansas. And this is moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. So these tornadoes moving decently fast. So we definitely need to watch this pretty closely here. So then again, we got one here, another one here, and another one here. Which people are saying on social media that there is another tornado on the ground across some of these regions here. So you guys have said anything? What's get affected, especially Branson, Missouri? As of right, so Branson, Missouri. I believe Branson, Missouri. Yeah, Branson, Missouri is right here. Right now, you guys are not in a severe weather threat at this point. Most of the severe weather, at least what we're tracking, should be going into for northeastern Oklahoma and southeastern Kansas. That's what we're looking at right now. Welcome, Chris Scott, to the stream. You live in Wilson County, Kansas. All right. So again, still tracking these storms here. And eventually, guys, we'll talk about the major winter storm potential and also the nor'easter potential for the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and the Northeast, and even the Mid-Atlantic. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. I did release a forecast here. I want to make some changes, but I'll probably have to do that after this live stream. And I'll post that update on my Twitter. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it is right here at TyStorm101. You guys can follow me on Twitter on there. So then again, gonna march at risk for northeastern Oklahoma, southeastern Kansas, southwestern Missouri, and northwestern Wisconsin, not Wisconsin, Arkansas. I want to take a look at the storm reports on here. Let's see. So storm reports, none has received yet, but I'm sure that will come into the SPC soon. Did I just lost connection? Oh. Are we still good? Watching from Stafford, Missouri. Alright. So right now the storms we're watching is now entering southeastern Kansas as of right now. That's the areas we're watching at this time. So Joplin, Missouri is right here, which these storms should miss to the north of Joplin, but they're about 53 miles away from Joplin, Missouri. So again, we're watching these three different circulations here. So if anybody's in, let me look at this tornado warning again. If anybody's in southwestern LeBay County and southeastern Montgomery County in southeastern Kansas, you guys need to take shelter. Then you got this other tornado warning in northeastern Oklahoma. As you can see here, they confirmed tornado locations, and the path includes South Coveyville and Lenapeath. Looks like our areas of rotation is dying down, which is some good news here, but we still got three different circulations there. Watching from Carthage, Missouri. All right. Hey, welcome to Amon is in the stream. Hopefully things are not laggy or anything. Looks like my phone is having trouble connecting as of right now. That's not good. So let me try to rejoin on my phone here to the chat. I wish I could still see your guys' chat. Hopefully the internet stuff is going alright. Yeah, lower recommended bit rate. Yeah, hopefully it won't be that laggy or anything. Pretty common in my live streams, but it's probably best to do it right now, where it's kind of middle of the afternoon, not many people's on the internet, stuff like that. So let's go back to the reflectivity here. So it seems like our circulation right here is starting to die down. Looks like all of our circulations are dying down. Good connection. You're using mobile hotspot? No, I'm not. I'm using my Wi-Fi that I have here. Do you think snow is possible in Tacoma, Georgia? I don't think you guys would expect to see any snow down there. No, there could be a few flakes that can fly by, though. There's a possibility of that. Let's go back to the correlation coefficient, see if there's any debris getting lofted, and no, there's not. If we look to the normal reflectivity, all these circulations are completely rain wrapped, so that's pretty dangerous. So again, this is all in northeastern Oklahoma and southeastern Kansas. This has started to enter a little bit of a radar hole, which if you guys do not know what a radar hole is, it's really where an area does not really pick up well on much of radars that not really any nearby or anything like that. So the reflectivity from these radars are not going to be great. See, our next closest one is going to be just northeast of Joplin, which our closest one right now is north of Tulsa. So these storms are going to be pretty dangerous to chase. So again, it's still got 3 different areas of circulation. So you got one here, another one here, and another one here trying to materialize there. There as well. But I don't think we have any tornadoes on the ground right now. I don't think. There was an oppressive circulation earlier, though. Let's see if I can find any other information from these storms. And it doesn't look like there's any. So I don't think we have any tornadoes on the ground. So I guess we can quickly talk about the major winter storm and also the nor'easter potential really quick. And I want to make some changes. So if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, you guys seen this forecast already. So an area that I really want to change right now is this region right in here. I think this 5 to 8 inches will be a little bit more expanded into a little bit more of kind of around the border of Wisconsin and Iowa there. I think I'm going to expand it up to the northwest that way. So areas in the white, that's where you could possibly see a coating to an inch of snow. Areas in the light blue, that could be a coating to 3 inches. Areas in the dark blue, that's where you can see 5 to 8 inches. Purple, that's where you could possibly see 8 to 12 inches. And then as we zoom in into the northeast, so areas in the pink here, that's where you can see the chance for 12 to 18 inches. Then hot pink, that's 8 to 18 inches to 2 feet. And then areas in the red, that's where you can see over 2 feet of snow there as well. And that's really the forecast right now. I do expect this to change around some more. There is some changes I do want to make with this forecast. But I think I'm going to keep the northeast the same for right now. It's just an area I want to make some changes. With this region here and this region right in here. I want to make some changes into some of those areas there. And we can take a look to some models really quick. This is the NAM. You can see here pretty decent amounts here. You can see here it does have some widespread 8+ inches of snow across a good chunk of Ohio. Let me get a different color here. A pretty good chunk of Ohio into northern Indiana, northeastern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, and some areas in northeastern Iowa there. Some pretty good snowfall amounts. Okay, my phone is having some trouble. Can connect to the live stream. I have no clue why it's having problems with that. Since I know none of you guys have said anything yet. If you guys do have any questions, you can put in the chat which I'll look into the chat in a moment. So let's take a look into the Mid-Atlantic. This is what the NAM says right here. Pretty healthy snowfall amounts, really a good chunk of Pennsylvania, southern New York, northern New Jersey, western Massachusetts, and Connecticut. Well, actually, most of Massachusetts, and eventually getting to Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Some pretty good snowfall amounts across all those regions. And the high-res NAM does not go for the entire event just yet, but you can see here, pretty similar to what the NAM shows across a lot of these regions here. The NAM is pretty similar to what the high-res NAM is pretty similar to what the NAM is showing, so they do agree with each other. Let's look into the high-res Canadian. Yeah, very high snowfall amounts. Uh, Now, don't get excited over this. This is likely going to be overdone. It's got snowfall amounts as high as 3 feet into portions of Maryland and southern Pennsylvania. That's likely going to be overdone. Now, this is due to where the low pressure system will be slowing down. So, may right here, so some of these regions here can have a longer duration of moderate to heavy snow. You can see here even some more healthy snowfall amounts as you get to the New England area. Let's move our view to the Midwest really quick. I want to try to get this done really quickly so that way we can get back to the severe weather coverage, which I may have to put out an update video on this stuff here. You can see here pretty big difference in what the NAM family was showing. You can see here Central and Eastern Ohio doesn't show as much snow because it's due to a little bit of dry air will get mixed in there. But still some pretty healthy snowfall amounts across some of these regions here. But also to keep in mind, especially on the southern fringe here, all of these guys here will likely transition over to rain, so a lot of this stuff will start to melt. Then these folks here will transition back over to snow. So these snowfall amounts here, I mean, this is how much could fall throughout the entire event. But a lot of these guys will start to snow, which that'll be some of the heaviest of the stuff. Then transition over to rain, and then transition over back to snow, which is more light than moderate. So just to keep in mind of that. Forgot to mention that earlier. Canadian is the same way, like the high-res Canadian, but it's a little bit more widespread. It's a little bit further north, which I think this is going to be overdone. It's also probably a little bit too widespread. But I think the general area to watch here, especially where I have some of those regions in the 2 feet plus region, we're going to watch for this particular area here for some pretty high snowfall amounts. You can see pretty healthy snowfall amounts for nearly everybody for the Northeast in general. And then the last of all we'll take a look into is the HER, which doesn't go for the entire event, but we'll take a look to the Midwest. And it's basically like the NAM family. You can see pretty high snowfall amounts here and there. Some areas picking up a little over a foot. Around Chicago, though, look at some of those areas. It's even got some areas 16 inches, which I think that's overdone. But Chicago could see a decent amount of snow out of this again, which they got a lot of snow not long ago, and it looks like they're about to get another big snow for some of those folks there. So good for them. So let's kind of get back here into, let's see what the radar shows now. So it looks like these two other circulations is starting to dissipate. At least this one here is. This one here is still going. Looks like we're having a much better circulation just to the south Caféville, about 7 miles, which may have a tornado on it too. Has a similar look to what the Ares rotation had that had a tornado. So we may have another tornado going on across those regions there, which they also looks like this is a brand new tornado warning right in here. It is. So we got a new tornado warning for northern Craig County in northeastern Oklahoma and northeastern Newata County in northeastern Oklahoma. Now this is only radar indicated, so there's no report of a tornado on this just yet, but there may be soon. So this is in effect until 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. Now keep in mind my clock down here, it says 3:31 p.m. That's in Eastern Time. So just to keep in mind of that. See if any debris is getting lofted with this. And that's a negative. So no debris getting lofted, although it is completely rain wrapped. So that's not good at all. We got some new storms forming just to the south here. We're going to watch for some of these other ones here. These here may have a chance to become supercellular here, which we'll see if these storms are rotating. It doesn't look like it, which is some good news there. But these storms here may become supercells later down the road. So right now our main area of focus is right in here. I'm going to get on Twitter real quick, see if there's any reports of anything. And by the looks of it, yeah, by the looks of it, there's not any other tornado reports as of right now. Just some good news there. So we do have a storm chaser that's right down here, which is for this other storm that's going on down here, which has started to become a little bit organized here. So we're gonna watch for that storm too later on down the road. I would rather not chase this just because it's completely rain wrapped. You can't see a rain wrapped tornado. That's pretty dangerous to chase. So I probably would back off from this storm here if I were them. Since it's completely rain wrapped. Still got a little bit of a circulation here, but it's becoming weaker over time. It's getting a little bit more broad too. So right now our main circulation to watch is right in here at this time. Other than that, no whole much else going on. Yeah, another storm. Looks like we may be getting stuff going on back this way here. Whoa, what happened there? Something's going on over here. This is just like a little glitch. Oh, it's a pretty healthy cell. We'll see if there's any other radar nearby. Yeah. What's this show, anyways? It's too glitchy. Let's go back to our radar in Tulsa. Whoops. That's something I did not mean to do. Let's go back here. We may have to watch for this cell too, which is training like some of the other ones are. Other than that, not much going on here. The rotation there is becoming a little bit more broad, which is good news there. That means it's weakening. Although this here's catching my attention here. Maybe a strong circulation going on there. We're going to see. It's on the northern side of this cell. Just kind of an odd spot. But we'll see what happens there. Again, if you guys got any questions, you can go in and put it in the chat here. See if I got any information with any of these storms. Yeah, not much anything else going on right now. Not any other reports or anything like that. So far we have either 2 or 3 tornadoes so far today. Like I said on Twitter yesterday, it's a little bit of a sneaky setup for an isolated tornado or two and a couple supercells. It's a little bit of a sneaky setup, which it is. I mean, you got 2 or 3 tornadoes that happen on a margin of risk day, and that's just how it is. That's a similar situation that happened down around Fultondale, which I'm sure you guys know about that one. It was a 2% day down there, and you got EF3 tornado. I mean, it happens. And that was not expected at all. I mean, we didn't expect a strong tornado. That's an EF3, which is kind of crazy. Let's take a look at some of these other storms here, see what's going on. So one said there's a supercell forming just north of Tulsa. Yeah, we do have a couple supercells trying to develop here. We're going to watch for those storms right in those regions there. You guys haven't said anything. We'll see if this thing here is updated. See if we got those storm reports in. And we got none right now, which I'm sure that will change soon. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, here it is right there. Here, let me put the link for you guys to put in the chat here. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, right there. There it is. So that'd be the link right there. So again, no storm reports yet. Let's actually take a look to the environment. See if I can find that. Here it is. This is like a cold core setup here. If we look into the, which I don't think this thing here has it. See if I can find it. I don't think I'm going to find it, but this is like a cold core setup. Temperatures just above these thunderstorms are extremely cold, so you do have some instability in place across these regions here, and you also have a decent amount of wind shear, stuff like that. You can get some supercells that can develop in these regions right in here. So this is what you call a cold core setup. Those temperatures just above those thunderstorms are very cold. Surface base CAPE, as of right now, you can see here we got at least 500 joules per kilogram of CAPE, which is favorable for this time of year for severe weather. It is January. 100 millibar mix layer. You can see here 500 plus right in there. See how we got a pretty decent amount of CAPE going on out there, so you got a decent amount of instability to work with. Composites, supercell composites only highs a 2, but your supercells are out here, so it's not completely accurate. But it does show a risk for some more supercells that could happen out there later today. Moving on back here. Well, this storm is becoming quite healthy. This one right here, just north of Jamestown. It's got a pretty good hook. It got a pretty good hail core going on there, I'm pretty sure. Take a look to see if it's rotating. Looks like it may be trying to. That looks to be a pretty good storm right there. Oh, look at here, guys. Wow. Like what I was saying earlier. You gotta watch for the storm. Yeah, look at that. We may actually have a tornado on that one. There may be something there. Maybe some debris getting lifted up. Like I was saying earlier, That'll be a storm to watch. And look at there. Got an area strong rotation just like that. Looks like this area rotation started to dissipate. It's caught in that cold rain, so it's becoming a less favorable environment for tornadoes right in there. Looks like we may get a tornado warning on that in just a little bit here. We'll see if I know at least one storm chaser is on that storm, so there may be a tornado right in there, but pretty strong circulation there. And we got no reports on Twitter. I'm sure storm chasers are getting down to that storm right now. So we can have reports there may be a tornado on that. So 3 areas to watch right here, here, and right in here will be the areas to watch as of right now. And eventually somewhere down in here. Nope, this rotation is starting to tighten up again. Starting to tighten up. This area rotation right there is tightening up as well. You need debris getting lofted, and doesn't look like it. Man, this storm's got a pretty good hook echo here. That may be some RFD going on there, which is called a real frank downdraft, which you get strong winds going around a developing tornado. So there could be some strong RFD going around the main tornado, which is going to be happening somewhere right in there. So there's probably some RFD going on. But man, that's such a small storm. I mean, just look how small that storm is for a tornado producer. I mean, it's only about 8 miles wide. That's pretty small supercell right there. Which is this supercell, or this tornado producing supercell potentially, is just about 3.3 miles just to the southeast of Lenape and about 5.5 miles to the northeast of Delaware in Oklahoma. You got That's a pretty healthy hail core right there. Got a hook echo trying to form here, so we gotta watch for that area right in there. So these storms here may become tornado producer storms, and it won't be long. So these storms here are starting to get pretty organized. Look to the reflectivity. Right now, there's probably some circulation going on there. We probably have a developing wall cloud at this point in some of those regions there. Looks like this circulation here is dying down. So we got a pretty decent circulation right in here, and that's in the rain core. And we don't have any reports or anything like that right now for many of these storms. There's not any new reports. So we gotta watch for these 4 areas right in here. So this circulation is die off. This probably will soon. Since it's kind of in the rain core, it's rain wrapped. It's probably not going to last for too much longer. This storm looks pretty healthy. It's got a pretty good RFD, especially for how small this storm is. It's a pretty small storm, I gotta say. This storm is becoming pretty healthy right here, with a really nice hail core here. I don't know how large the hail is going to be. Let's see what it says on here. Percent chance of severe hail 50%, max size, half-inch size hail. What about this one? Half-inch size hail, chance of hail 10%. Which these things here are not that accurate though. See if you guys have said anything. Train spotter spotted tornado right now. Which storm is that? Want to know which storm that is. Because we got like 4 different storms. What caused this supercell? You got what's really going on here, how these storms developing. You got pretty good amount of wind shear, you got an instability, you also got a really cold core in the upper parts of the atmosphere. The air is really cold up there. So you got a decent amount of instability to work with. Something's going on here. Is that like hail fog or something going on right there? Because I know the storm here has to be producing some hail. Right here. That's interesting. I need to know which storm that is because we got uh, 4 different storms right now. You probably don't know. I mean, it's fine if you don't know. Let's see if I can try to get my chat on my phone again. Let's see if I can try to. The warning, Craig and Noata. Okay, good to know. So you're talking about. Wait, Craig and Noata. Trying to see where that is. Oh, Noata's right here. I don't see Craig, but I mean Noata's right here. I don't see Craig anywhere. Oh, he's on. So you may be talking about this storm right here, which looks to be going over a lake right now. I mean, we only have one tornado warning, which is this one right here. Nawata is right here. I don't see Craig anywhere, but let me double check. Yeah, I don't see Craig anywhere. But I guess you must be talking about the storm right here, which is pretty organized. Let's see on the reflectivity. I think there's some glitching going on right up there, but your circulation is going to be somewhere right in there. Ooh, we got a pretty impressive circulation right here. Yeah, there's got to be a tornado there. There has to be honest. I mean, you got really good RFD wrapping around the main circulation here. There's got to be a tornado in there somewhere. Let's take a look to this other storm up here. Yeah, rotation's starting to broad out. Yeah, my phone is not working for chat. As soon as I said that, here it goes blowing up again. Every time. As soon as this tornado warning expires, or not a new one gets issued, we'll probably end the stream. I mean, there's probably likely going to be more tornadoes later today, but I have some other stuff to do. So you got one circulation here, got another one in here, which is probably tying up right now. Let's take a look and see if there's going on with the correlation coefficient, see if there's any debris getting aloft, and that is a negative. You got a pretty good storm here, and it looks like maybe a new one coming up right in there. So you got pretty Some pretty good storms out there. That has a chance of producing a tornado. Some of these probably soon, but this one here has a pretty good chance of producing a tornado right now. Yeah, rotation is really starting to tighten up in there. This tornado warning expires in 7 minutes. Let's see here. I live in southeast of Joplin. Do you think I would be fine? We're going to see what's going to happen here later in the day for southeastern Joplin. I mean, you guys do have the risk for severe weather today, but we'll just say the severe weather risk is for you guys. For right now, we're going to have to see if any storms do develop around Joplin. Where can I DM you an image? Well, you can at me on Twitter if you got one. Other than that, I'm not sure. Which I do have the link in the chat here, which you can DM. You can at me on Twitter if you want to. See if any. Here we are. Yep. There's our first tornado report right there. Actually, 2 tornado reports. So far, 2 tornado reports. Right there. Okay, that's in the way. There's your tornado reports right in there anyways. Let me zoom back out. But yeah, that's your tornado reports so far today. Not gonna let me move that around. Alright, new tornado warning for this cell right here. Pretty large tornado warning box. So this expires at 35 minutes. So this is for Northern Craig County, Northwestern Ottawa County, and Northeastern Nowata County. This is actually what he was talking about, I think. The person that was in chat. It's radar indicated for right now, so no report on it yet, but there's probably gonna be a tornado in there. I mean, it had pretty good velocity signatures, which that storm looks pretty healthy. I mean, you got again, a healthy hail core, got really good hook echo right in that storm there. It's also very small too. Forgot what this is called here. It's like a eagle-like shaped like supercell right there. So this tornado warning right at period expires in 4 minutes, which the rotation on that storm, I think it's starting to broad out. Yeah, not quite. Not quite. So they got a pretty good circulation right in there. Probably like a rope-like tornado in there. Probably. Or possibly. Other than that, I don't really have any other storm reports with that storm just yet. So let me get on Twitter and see. If we get any reports on that storm there. And let's see. Alright, so we got a picture 8 minutes ago having the view of the supercell. Yeah, it doesn't look that impressive from the view, but on radar it does look pretty good from radar standpoint. Yeah, so far Storm Chaser said there's not really any tornado or anything on that just yet. It definitely has a chance to produce a tornado though. It definitely does. Got hail report in here. Quarter size hail in there in that storm. See if you guys have said anything. Nope. Again, if you guys got any questions, you can go in and put in the chat if you guys want to. So this tornado warning expires at 31 minutes. We'll see what this supercell will do. Excuse me. Let's see. Still got pretty good rotation here with this storm and this one right here. Actually, maybe two different ones. One here, another one there. Other than those, not a whole lot going on so far. Looks like the storm here is starting to become a little bit less organized. Not really showing as much as a hook echo than what it was earlier. Not as impressive than what it was earlier, although this storm here looks to be forming a hook echo right in there. There's no strong rotation or anything evident on radar, although maybe a little bit in there. See if any debris is getting lofted from these storms. And that's a negative. Alright, so that tornado warning that was up here just expired. So we just got this one tornado warning right in here for the next about 29 minutes. Which new ones may come up for these cells down here soon if those storms can get organized. It's Groove, Oklahoma. I don't know what you honestly talk about. Groove or Grove. I honestly don't know where that is. So you at me on Twitter. Yeah. Yeah, that was earlier. Yeah, we've tracked that earlier in the stream. Yeah, that same area rotation is, let me see, it's now up here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Rotation started to become much better pronounced, starting to become more pronounced now. Look at that. It's a pretty good rotation right there. Let's see how strong those winds are within that storm. About close to 50 miles an hour and 10, 11 miles an hour. I mean, you still got pretty good rotation in there either way. Rotation start to slowly show up somewhere right in there. Still got a pretty decent air rotation in there, but I don't think anybody's really going to chase that, to be honest. I mean, that's completely wrapped in rain. I don't think that storm really has much tornado potential anyways. Although I could be wrong. This storm right here has the better chance of really producing a tornado. Max size, 3/4 size tail. Chances of severe hail, 70% chance. Moving east northeast at 28 knots. And it's not terribly fast, it's not terribly slow either. Let's see if there's any reports coming in. So I guess PC is issuing a Mesoscale discussion. A storm or two may pose a brief tornado threat over the next 1 to 3 hours, which does include Joplin, Missouri, which I think someone mentioned that on the chat earlier. So really anywhere around Joplin, Missouri, I mean the tornado threat may continue to that area in the next 1 to 3 hours, but we'll see about that. Some of these same storms will get to Joplin pretty soon. This will be your main storm to watch, which will be getting close to Joplin pretty soon. Which how far away it is. It's about 51 miles away, which is not terribly far. But it's kind of going towards that direction. But we'll see if we'll see if this storm holds itself together to go all the way to 50 miles. Looks like this circulation is becoming a little bit more rain wrapped here. So you get RFD probably go around the main circulation here, which is your rear flank downdraft, which goes around. That's strong winds going around a developing tornado. Got another area, another circulation trying to pop up there, but our main circulation to watch would be that one right in there. So we may have another guy, another storm chaser on this same storm here, which is right in here, which seems like he just the storm chaser is doing a live stream right now, and it says the amount of people on the live stream is -1. Oh man, I was too late to take a screenshot of that. It jumped up to 406 people. Dang it, I was going to try to take a screenshot of that. Dang it. That's kind of funny. But no really any report of a tornado with that storm as of right now, but does have the chance of producing a tornado. Looks like it's dying down just a little bit, but it can recycle. These storms can indeed recycle, which seems like this one here is trying to recycle, but we haven't had really any report on that. Yeah, looks like rotation is starting to become a little bit more noticeable here on this storm right here, which does have a hook echo right on that storm. So right now our two storms to watch would be this one and now this one right in here. Which this storm here did have report of quarter-size hail. That's what this one here is. Yeah, quarter-size hail. That was about 20 minutes ago. See if you guys have said anything. Nope. Let's get back to the radar here. Yeah, it seems like the hook echoes started to become less pronounced. It started to get rain wrapped right in here. Which your rotation is still there, but no one so far has reported a tornado. This area of rotation right here started to pop up on radar. Started to tighten up a little bit better. You know, I got another circulation right up here as well. So you got 3 circulations here, here, and there. As of right now. So if anybody's in is that Welch? Blue Jacket, Dotyville, and Narcissa, you guys need to take shelter for this dangerous storm. And people later down the road, which is Pitcher, Cardin, Quapad, uh, Quad Paul, Commerce, North Miami, Miami, Peoria, and maybe Wyandotte. These will be the other cities to watch later down the road, and probably Baxter Springs in southeastern Kansas for this area rotation right in there. This area rotation, that's going to be heading right towards Blue Jacket. So really, for anybody that needs to watch for your severe weather threat for the next hour or two, would be pretty much right in here. These would be the areas to watch over the next hour or two for severe weather potential. Looks like we got a hail report right here. Oh, your rotation's really starting to tie it up. 3/4 size hail, which is dime. Dime size hail. Within that storm in there. Other than that, the rotation's still decently strong in there. You still got rotation going on in there, just to the south of that. There's not really much of any towns in some of these ridges here, which is good news. At least in this particular region. But well, yeah, well, Blue Jacket would be the towns to watch over the next 30 minutes or so for these two circulations. Which this tornado expires in about 19 minutes. See if you guys have said anything. Nope. If you guys do have any questions, you could go ahead and put it in the chat. Seems like the circulation started to die down a little bit. See if there's any reports on Twitter here. And let's see. No reports of a tornado so far. There is strong rotation, but so far this cell right in here hasn't really produced a tornado yet. And same way for that one too. Not a whole lot going on for right now. That may change later today. We'll see how the atmosphere. Uh, is the storm getting stronger or weaker? It's pretty much neutral right now. We'll just put it that way. For right now, it's pretty much neutral. So let's take a look to these dynamics here. So surface-based cape is starting to move away from the main action, which your main action right now is right here. So your surface-based cape values are starting to go away here. The numbers are starting to go down, which is good news. 100 millibars a similar way. So really the area watch for severe weather will probably have to be somewhere right in there, which is northeastern Oklahoma and southwestern Missouri will be the area to watch for the next hour or two, which these Cape Valley numbers are slowly going down, which is good news there. That's some good news. And wind shear, yeah, there's quite a bit of wind shear around me. 35 plus knot wind shear. That's a decent amount. Lap rates, there's a decent amount of lap rates in there. Big extend. Surface based lift index, there's a decent amount there. So, really, the area watch for any chance for supercell will be somewhere right in there. It's a pretty favorable environment for supercells across those regions there. And let's see. Significant tornado parameters numbers seem low. Supercell composite numbers as high as a 2, which isn't terribly high or anything like that. Looks like your rotation there may be weakening just a little bit. Just a little bit. And by the way, these storms here are hail producer storms. We got reports of quarter size hail and dime size hail. Wait a minute, that's pea size hail, not quarter size. Never mind. So you got dime size hail, pea size hail, which, they're not terribly large, but these are. But these storms can recycle, and let's see if these storms do recycle or not. But the main area of interest for any severe weather potential will have to be right in here. It's looking to be the best environment right now, which looks like it's getting overtaken by some light rain, which is good news. Although there is a cell developing right in here. That'll be the cell to watch for sure. There's a pretty good. It's pretty isolated for one. Number two, it's got really good environment, so that storm may have a pretty good opportunity to maybe produce a tornado later down the road. Looks like the rotation right here is dying down. There's not really much of a hook echo there anymore. Still got pretty good rotation in that storm, and there's not really a hook echo showing up. The environment right in here is becoming less favorable for severe weather because of the amount of storm cover there is around, stuff like that, really. The instability numbers are going down. So really, generally, this area here is becoming less favorable for tornadoes, which is some good news there. But we're going to watch for this storm right in here and what's coming in later down the road pretty soon. Because this storm here's got pretty good tornado potential. I mean, if I were some of those storm chasers, I probably would have banned that storm probably pretty quickly and probably drive 41 miles down around that way, somewhere around J, Oklahoma, because this storm right here does have probably will have pretty good tornado potential later down the road. Storm right here still has a pretty decent hail core with it. Other than that, there isn't a whole lot going on. Looks like we may be seeing some rotation try to show up right in there, which does have a hook going on in there too. See if you guys have said anything. Hail size, wow. Yeah, that's some decently large hail right there. Let's see if you guys have said anything. Nope. If you guys do have any questions in the chat, if you guys do have any like storm reports or anything like that, you could always put it in the chat as well to let me know. I'll check on Twitter here again, see if there's anything new. So we got a storm chaser now on this storm right here, just southwest of Blue Jacket, which he may be talking about this storm. Low precipitation, 6% with a tilted updraft, southwest Blue Jacket, tight rotation also. But so far, no tornado report with that one. It may be this storm or this one. Not completely sure. It may have to be this one, which the rotation there seems to be tying up a little bit. So we got a pretty decent rotation on this, but I think the environment for these regions here is really going down. So I don't think we'll see another tornado in this region here. I don't think a tornado will happen. Tornado warning will expire in 9 minutes. Meanwhile, for these areas right in here, we gotta watch for this cell right here, which looks like we're getting other cells developing around the same storm here. So, got to pay attention to that one. So the next closest site is way over here. So we got some pretty decent storms out here. Let's see if these storms are rotating. Highly doubted. And nope, that's good news. So really, Northeastern Oklahoma's been taking most of the action so far today. Got a new area for west of, what town is that? I probably pronounced that wrong. So we got rotation going on. Weak rotation there, but I don't think it's going to produce big potential. This storm right here is looking pretty good right here. Storm right there. I don't think this storm here is not going to last too much longer. It's going to eventually work into a little bit more stable air. Also, the thunderstorm coverage or the light rain coverage is starting to increase as well. So I got a pretty decent cell by Neosha, which is in southwestern Missouri. See if you guys have said anything. I have no storms, just windy. That's good news. I think the tornado warning over Welch will be allowed to expire. Yeah, I think so too. I don't really see this having much potential. I really don't. This storm down here will be the one to watch though, which looks like it's starting to become a little bit more rain wrapped. Ooh, look at that rotation starting to show up though. I believe this is an interstate right here. I could be wrong. This may be an interstate. I wish radar scope would add highway numbers instead of just these blue lines, you know? Be much easier. But we got a pretty good air rotation right here though. Starting to show up. We're probably gonna get another tornado warning for that cell too. That's got some pretty good tornado potential. This one here is still going on though, but it's getting more rain wrapped. It's getting into a more stable air environment. I don't see it having a lot of potential. Looks like this area here started to die down too. We did have a good looking storm here. Now it's starting to die down. So that's good news there. So I think the main storm of focus is going to be right here now. Then this, then this one, and that one. This would be the storm to watch here. It's a little bit more isolated. Doesn't have as much of storm coverage, although it looks like there may be some rain developing around Big Cabin, Oklahoma. We'll probably see another tornado warning get issued for that cell pretty soon. Well, actually we got a new tornado warning. How about that? For this cell right here. I'm actually surprised. Okay, well, let's see. Radar indicator rotation. Northeastern Craig County, Northeastern Oklahoma, and Ottawa County in Northeastern Oklahoma. Locations near the path include Miami, Quackpog, Blue Jacket, Pitcher, Ottawa, Carden, Twin Bridge State Park, Commerce, Welch, Wadadate, Narcissa, Peoria, and Primary Corners. This includes Interstate 44 between mile markers 330 and 324. So this is an interstate highway right here. Interstate 44 is right in here. And it's for this storm right here. So this tornado warning here will probably be allowed to expire. 4 minutes left on it. We may get a new tornado warning for this cell pretty soon. It's starting to become a little bit more ramped up. Oh yeah. That's a pretty good air rotation passing over Ventia. We'll see if there's any debris getting off this, as there's a small town there. There's likely some buildings. Nope. That's good. That's good news so far. So, see how strong these winds are. Oh wow, 86 miles an hour. It's not as strong over there, but it's got some pretty strong winds with it too. Pretty good area rotation here. Going on right in here. Right over the town of Ventia there. And new tornado warning right there. There it is. How about that? Alright, so this expires in 48 minutes. Radar indicator rotation. Tornado warning for southeastern Craig County, northeastern Oklahoma, northern Delaware County, and several Ottawa County in northeastern Oklahoma. Locations include Ventia, Fairland, Bernard's, Horny. What? Oh my gosh. I'm glad I called myself there. Hunting Creek State Park, Grove, Afton, Clara, and Renewed State Park. I remember someone mentioning about Grove right here. Whoever that was. Oh, people says that cool. Uh, if you're in that region in Grove, Oklahoma, you probably should take shelter since you're under a tornado warning. We don't have a report of tornado yet, but the rotation seems to be tying it up. So if you're in Grove, Oklahoma right now, which I think you are, we got another area rotation. Looks to be right there in southwestern Missouri. Well, how about that? Well, doesn't show impressive reflectivity. Let's try to get a different radar area nearby. That's not what I want. No, it's not what I want. Go right here. Well, Tulsa radar is showing radar indicator rotation for this cell. Yeah, there is some rotation there. We gotta watch for that storm too. So Joplin, Missouri is right now fine as of right now, which is good news. Let's move our radar site area. So we got a better look at this. So Joplin, Missouri is right here. You got area rotation here, there, and there. This tornado warning should expire in a minute. Okay, that tornado warning has expired. So eventually that box should go away. So we got a rotation there, there, and there, which that area is really starting to tighten up. Let's see if we do have any debris getting lofted here. No. That's good news so far. Then we got this cell right here, which is now just passing over Welch, Oklahoma. You got an area rotation there, but I don't think there's really not going to be a tornado there. I think that's, yeah, there could be that could be more of the way of just straight line winds type of thing going on in there. So got these two areas to watch here. We may have to watch for that area, but not really right now. Definitely pretty active for a 2% tornado day. I mean, kind of surprise here. I mean, I was expecting probably a tornado, maybe two. Man, looks like we may get more than that. You're in northeast of Neosho, Missouri. Yeah, we'll watch the storm closely here. We'll watch it. Right now, rotation looks to be fairly weak as of right now, so that's good news. Oh, I did not mean to hit that button. Whoops. I did not mean to hit that button. Seems like they added some new stuff in here today. So, you say you're just northeast of Neosho. So, there's some rotation in there, but it's pretty weak. So right now I think you're fine, but we'll watch that one there closely. I think says TVS. Average delta velocity 38 knots, low ovo. Okay, maximum shear. It's got a decent amount of wind shear. Doesn't have a whole lot with it. Oh, we got a tornado warning. Okay. Well, for that guy that said that's northeast of Neosho, Missouri. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I highly doubt I didn't. So you got to keep your calm. I mean, we'll see what it says. So we do have a viewer that's in this tornado warning right now. Actually, I think we have two viewers in tornado warning. It's radar indicator rotation. So this location is a packet clue, Neosho, Stark City. run by Whitworth and Ritchie. This includes Interstate 49 between mile markers 25 and 27. So take cover, and what we mean by it is, go to a basement or interior room of the lowest floor of a sturdy building, avoid windows. If you're outdoors in a mobile home or vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. So we got 3 tornado warnings. We got one right here, got one in here, and another one right in here. So we do have a viewer that's in, he said he's somewhere right in here. Let's take a look into the velocity on this storm right here. Right now it's fairly weak, as of right now. It's not that strong, but rotation is there. So far we don't have a report of a tornado on that storm, which is good news. Although we got a pretty good area of rotation right in here, to say the least, right in there. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's see. Okay, that might be, there may be something in there. When I look into the correlation coefficient, showing some stuff going on in there. If I look to velocity, there's rotation. When I look to reflectivity, I'm not. It's hard to tell if that's a debris ball or not. There may be. Maybe look on Twitter to see if we could confirm that. Let's see. Someone's live down there right now. Let's see here. So we got multiple tornado warnings out there. Let's see. So we got a view just east of Winnipeg, Oklahoma. Well, that was 34 minutes ago, so that's pretty well outdated. Near Welch, Oklahoma. Yeah, there's a wall cloud going on in there for that storm, which is right there. Looks like a lot of these storm chasers are right now around Welch, Oklahoma. Which there is a wall cloud there, but there's no tornado or anything. We actually got a view of the wall cloud in this area there. No confirmed tornado though. Alright, so it's live at that storm right now. And there's no tornado on that storm. Looks like most of our storm chasers are on this storm right here, which I don't blame them. That's a pretty good looking storm. But other than that, no tornado reports. That's good news. We don't have anybody on this storm, unfortunately. So we're not going to be 100% sure with that storm there. It's Grove, Oklahoma in a rotation. Grove, Oklahoma is right here. It's not in rotation. The storm should miss you to the north, which is good news. But your guys are still in tornado warning. I mean, these tornadoes can change direction. They can change in any direction, pretty much. That's why there's a tornado warning in such a large area, because these storms can change in any direction. Right now, its track is about this way, but it can also change direction this way. It could change direction a little bit further north or a little bit south. So that's why these tornado warning boxes are pretty large, because these tornadoes, if there's one, can change in any direction at any given time. But for right now, it looks like it'll miss you to the north, although you're in that tornado warning as of right now. So, we got what's going on outside. Got a lot of noise going on outside my window. What is that? I don't know if you guys heard that in the background or whatever. That sounded like a, a helicopter going low, airplane going low, or something. That's pretty that's pretty loud. Jeez. I don't know if you guys caught that in the background or not from a mic. Jeez, that was loud. Alright, let's take a look at the velocity. Looks like rotation may be tying up just a little bit for that storm. Probably similar wave for that area. You got this area and this area here. This one here has the better tornado potential than the other three. Which looks like it's about to head right into Afton right there. Looks like we got a new hail report in here, dime-sized hail with that storm. So this tornado warning will expire in 35 minutes, 20 minutes, and then also 20 minutes. So we got well, pretty much I guess you could say 4 different areas to watch. You got one up here, one here, and another one here. So looks like they just updated this tornado warning. So for anybody who's in around Neosha, your guys are in the clear. But if your guys are in like Granby, Ritchie, New Tonora, and Wentworth, your guys still need to be in your safe place. And looks like if there's going to be a tornado on here, it's going to be just south of Interstate. I think this is 44, which this area rotation is about to head right into Afton, right in there. Which so far we don't have any tornado report, although we do have storm chasers on that cell there. We got storm chasers on this cell and this one right here. So we're going to see what happen here. And no tornado reports so far to the tornado reports thing in here. Where I live in the terrain is very hilly. Is that a good thing? Not necessarily. I mean, tornadoes can form in hilly terrain. Like back in, I think it was 2013, 2014, there was a tornado outbreak that happened in Kentucky and around West Liberty, Kentucky. They got some very hilly terrain and almost like mountainous terrain, and there was an EF4 tornado that happened in that area. So it doesn't really matter which terrain you're in, especially in very hilly terrain. It doesn't really matter. A tornado could still develop either way. So let's go back here. Looks like this storm here is starting to become a little bit better organized here. So let's get a radar site from Springfield, Missouri. See how this storm is looking like as of right now. Yeah, rotation is starting to tighten up just a little bit there. So far, no tornado reports with that. Eventually, we'll start to stick to this one radar site as these storms does get closer. Eventually, it'll get into Missouri. So far, Joplin, Missouri is fine, which is the biggest city in that area. So let's move our radar site back to Tulsa. Let's see what we got going on here. We got a new hail report, half-inch size hail. Some pretty large hail right in there. Still got area rotation right in here, here, also here. Still pretty impressive though, but we still have not have a tornado report on this yet. 77-mile-an-hour winds, and the other way, it's like rotation maybe died down just a little bit there. So we got area rotation here by Brecker Springs. Got one that's going to be getting into North Miami soon. We got another area rotation by Afton, Oklahoma. And then another area rotation just to the south of Granby, which is right there. So you guys got anything? I'm looking at it. How is the southern warning not confirmed? I mean, there's not been any reports of a tornado yet. That's why it's not confirmed. Even though you got a strong rotation, I mean, there's still not really a tornado. Also, a big signal on the eastern warning. Yeah, rotation is starting to tighten up there. So far, I don't see anything outside my house. I'm 3 miles south of Wentworth. Well, I would not recommend going outside. That's for one thing. So, Wentworth. Where is that? Oh, Wentworth is right here. Yeah, I would not go outside. I mean, seriously. You're 3 miles south of Wentworth, so you're approximately about right there. Well, the rotation is coming right towards you. I'm not joking. That area rotation is heading right towards Wentworth, so right now, that area rotation is right now 6.5 miles away from you. So I recommend not going outside. Plus, it's going to be wrapped in rain, so you're not going to be able. So maybe after the storm passes completely, maybe able to see the tornado. But right now, I would not recommend going outside. You're still not going to see anything because of all this rain that's out there. That's a that's going to be a rain-wrapped tornado. So I would recommend going back inside. Yeah, the eastern storm is really starting to pick up though on intensity though. I gotta say, starting to wrap up. Looks like the northern ones just will be spin up. So I'm expecting to start towards the east and south. Yeah, there may be a chance for that. Yeah, I think the northern ones, there's been rotational storms for a while. We really haven't had much tornado reports on those. I mean, we did have tornado reports earlier on some of those same storms, but it just seems like they're not really much of anything. Okay, we got a new tornado warning. This actually does include Joplin. So this includes Braxtor Springs, Joplin, Missouri. Uh, Looks like we got. Let me just look into this tornado warning first. It expires at 28 minutes. Radar indicator rotation. So this includes southeastern Cherokee and southeastern Kansas, northwestern Newton County and southwestern Missouri, and also southwestern Jasper County and southwestern Missouri. Radar indicator rotation. Locations impacted include Joplin, Braxtor Springs, Dirksing, Linda, Lowell, Shoal Creek Drive, Reddings Mill, Shoal Creek Estates, Cliff Village, Iron Gates, Webb City, Galena, Durham Reg, Leewood, Silver Creek, Saganina. I cannot pronounce some of these names. I do apologize. Grand Falls Plaza, Dennis Acres, and Oakland Park. So if anybody's in those areas, gotta take shelter. So gotta go into Lowest for floor. If you got a basement, go into the basement or go in the interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from falling debris. Now, if there's going to be tornado damage or anything like that, have some really good tennis shoes. If you do get hit by a tornado, if you have to get out, have tennis shoes with you, have a helmet to protect you from debris and stuff like that. So we currently have 4 active tornado warnings as of right now. This storm right here is becoming pretty good, pretty well organized. So let's take a look to the velocity. Looks like we have good news on this cell right here. Looks like it's died down, which is good news. So this tornado warning may continue and may only include these regions here. Got pretty decent area rotation there, but for right now we haven't had any tornado reports for that one. Probably the greatest tornado potential will be right for this one. And let me move the radar site to this one, see how this is looking like. And possibly this one as well. Let's see if there's any debris getting lofted by any of these storms. And doesn't look like it by any of these. Let's move back to the other radar site, see if there's anything. Okay, wait a minute. Do I see something here? I think I might be seeing something in there. Okay, never mind. I don't see anything in there, so got no tornado reports right now. This tornado warning probably be allowed to expire. See if you guys have said anything. Very heavy rain at your house. Alright. Yeah, you guys will probably experience some hail with that storm too. But don't go outside. I mean, that area rotation earlier, like you said, you were 3 miles south of Wentworth. Don't go outside. This area rotation will actually go over your house, possibly, or yeah, possibly go over your house. I mean, your area rotation is right here, and you say you're 3 miles south. Yeah, this area rotation may just miss you to the north, but that's just heading right towards you. The good news is there's no tornado report on that. Speaking of tornado reports, let's see if there's any tornado reports. Anything here. Let's go back. Let's refresh this. And there's none. No new ones. So far, only 2 tornado reports. So far. Ooh-wee. Alright. Alright, so there's some good news. This area rotation is starting to die down, which is good news. We're going to watch for this area here, here, and there. Oh, look at this. Look at down this way. Well, that's starting to tighten up right there. Well, there's actually no storms there. Well, there's one nearby, but there's a pretty good area rotation there. That's what you probably call a low precipitation supercell right there. Not really a well-defined hook echo, but there is rotation with that storm. Well, there is a hook trying to form here, so we gotta watch for this storm here, which looks like it's in its early stages, which is now entering far northwestern Arkansas. So southwestern Missouri is now starting to get impacted by some of these storms here now. Well, we're going to see if they're going to expand this tornado warning for this storm here. I think they will. It's got 7 minutes left. Oh, wow. We got a pretty good hook echo with this storm now. We got a pretty good hail core in there. Let's take a look at the rotation with this storm. Yeah, rotation has probably started tying up. Looks like there may be another circulation right up here, perhaps. Yeah, that's hard to tell. Even looking from this radar site here, you got a pretty good air rotation right here, which may miss just to the south of Joplin, but it can affect Saginaw, Reddings Mill, and also Loma Linda, which has got a new tornado warning for this storm right in here. So, let's take a look at this one. Radar indicated. So no storm report, no tornado report yet. Northeastern Newton County, northwestern Berry County, and southwestern Lawrence County in southwestern Missouri. Locations of Pecaclu, Monette, Paris City, Newanta, Wentworth, Ritchie, Pleasant Ridge, Mount Vernon, Vernoma, Fredstadt, Stack City, and Hoburg. So that's a pretty good supercell right in there. We just got a new tornado warning with that cell. This tornado warning is probably going to be allowed to expire. It's got 5 more minutes on it. Or they'll just make a new one right in here. So I think they may do that. Oh boy, this is going to be a long evening. Jeez. I didn't think it was going to be this active, though. I didn't think it's going to be this active, man. Jeez. Got a lot of activity going on in a lot of these areas. Rotation is starting to tighten up right in here. Like I said, that region there has some pretty good environment here for tornadoes. It looks like we got pretty wrapped up, uh, pretty good rotation with that storm there. We're probably going to see another tornado warning with that one there soon. Meanwhile, you got another area rotation right in there. So we got quite a bit of stuff going on here in northeastern Oklahoma and southwestern Missouri, and eventually for northwestern Arkansas. We got a lot of stuff going on here. How does Miami, Oklahoma look? So Miami, Oklahoma. So Miami, Oklahoma. I think for the most part for right now, your guys are in the clear for severe weather, but your guys are still in the tornado warning. I think you guys will expect decent amount of rain for the next few minutes, probably. Well, likely a few more minutes. But your guys' tornado warning should expire in 4 minutes. But I think your guys are pretty much in the clear of severe weather overall. So I think Oklahoma's fine, in my opinion. Someone said, let's focus a little bit more on this storm here because I got a viewer on the live stream right now watching this. What he or she is reporting pea-sized hail. So you're basically right in there. It says the winds are calm. Correlation coefficient. She's saying it. He or she is saying it's you see rotation with that storm? Does Grove have rotation? Let's take a look into that. So Grove is right here. I think your guys are probably in the clear of severe weather. New tornado warning. And things are getting active in here. Alright. So Grove, Oklahoma. Let's take a look into this. I think your guys are in the clear for severe weather. I think Grove, Oklahoma is fine. Let's take a look to this new tornado warning really quick. So this is in northwestern Arkansas. So location, okay. So this radar indicated for northwestern Benton County, northwestern Arkansas. Locations include Bentonville, Pea Ridge, Hiawassee, Bella Vista, uh, Gravete, and Miller. So if you guys are in those regions, you gotta take your safety precautions with that storm. This is a dangerous storm here. So if you guys got a basement, get in the basement. If you guys do not have a basement, go to the lowest floor in your house, in the most interior room in your house. Get a helmet or get some tennis shoes. You know, your helmets for to protect flying debris, and your tennis shoes so that way you can walk outside just in case if your area gets hit by a tornado or anything like that. There will be tons of debris and stuff on the ground, so you don't hurt your feet or anything like that. So we got a lot of stuff going on here. Yeah, this tornado warning is going to be let to expire. So Springfield, Missouri, gotta watch for this storm right here. For anybody who's in Springfield, Missouri, you gotta watch for this storm. That's gonna be heading right towards you guys pretty soon, which is about 40 miles as of right now. There is rotation, but no tornado. Well, that's good news there. That is some good news there. No tornado with that storm so far. We got a new hail report south of Joplin, pea-sized hail. Another loud sound outside. I don't know if you guys are picking that up or not. It just sounds like an airplane or helicopter flying so low. It's happened a lot of times in this area, man, where I live. And I don't even live nearby an airport. I don't. For some reason, everybody just likes to ride low, I guess. Let's see if we got any reports on Twitter here. Let's see. Let's see here. Alright, so we have a report of a funnel cloud by the Afton storm. Well, this is 13 minutes ago, but we did have a funnel cloud with this storm right here. It's probably gone away, but we did have a funnel cloud with that storm. And other than that, that's all I see. Oh, brief tornado near Afton, Oklahoma. That was 11 minutes ago. That was 3:47 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, looks like we had multiple reports of funnel cloud with the Afton storm not too long ago. Alright, so this tornado warning here expired, and same thing for this one. The rotation is moving past my house. Alright. Let me know if there's like a tornado or anything like that. I'm sure it's a little bit safer now. So now we're down to 4 tornado warnings. Let's go to this radar site here. Wow. Wow, wow. Look at that. Jeez. That's one heck of a hook echo, man. Jeez. That is one large hook echo, guys. Dang. You gotta be careful. I mean, you're saying that rotation's passed over. You're probably gonna be experiencing some RFD, which is rear flank downdraft winds. That's Sometimes a rear flank downdraft can be more dangerous than the tornado itself. The winds with rear flank downdraft winds can be pretty strong. Let's look right around Joplin, Missouri. Let's see how it's going up there. There's some rotation up there, but it isn't strong. Let's take a look to these other two storms down here. You got a pretty good air rotation here. Eventually there's going to be another tornado warning for these regions here. Hopefully they can issue it soon. So let's just say this. If your guys are in Jane, Noel, Ginger Blue, uh, Gang Gang, man, I said that wrong. Definitely for sure. Pineville, and even Anderson. Recommend, even though you guys are not a tornado warning, you guys should take your severe weather precautions. Go to a basement. Go in the lowest floor of your house if you don't have one. If you don't have a basement, go in the most interior room of your house on the lowest floor. Get a helmet, or you can get tennis shoes. Helmets for you to protect from flying debris, and also for your tennis shoes, just in case if your house gets hit by a tornado or something, you have to walk outside in the debris. The tennis shoes will be pretty useful. We got another area, pretty good rotation, just northeast of uh, Copeland. Let's go back to super high risk reflectivity. And let's actually take a look to correlation coefficient. See if there's any TDS signatures or anything like that with any of these storms. Wait a minute. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I don't think there's debris there. I don't think that's a TDS signature. Which, if you guys don't know what a TDS is, that's a tornado debris signature. That's what it means. Which looks like we don't have one. That's a pretty impressive rotation right there, just north of Sulphur Springs and south of Noel, which is eventually is probably going to hit Noel soon and eventually Pineville. Looks like we may have a split of two different circulations right here. This is interesting. You got one right here and a broader circulation right in there. How about that? This could be two different mesocyclones within the same storm, here and there. Whoa. Appreciate it, Cyclone. I do appreciate it. So let's take a look into, let's go back to radar here. Let's actually see if there's any four tornadoes. We don't have reports of four tornadoes right now. Let me refresh this, see if any new tornado reports come in. Nope. Let's look on Twitter, see if there's anything going on here. Yeah, there could be a tornado near Springfield, man. Seriously. Yeah. So this is where one of the viewers, this is just from different radar here. There actually may be something going on here. Which I know, what's your name? JP. It is past your house. That's good. Hopefully, well, that's good news. There might be something here. Hopefully, there's not a tornado or anything here. Let's hope. Hopefully not. Let's hope that's not going to be the case. But what's interesting with this cell right here, why they've not issued tornado warning with this, man? I think they're more focused on this storm here than this one. I mean, that's a pretty good circulation right there. They should. Hopefully they issue a tornado warning soon with that cell, man. I mean, seriously. That's going out of the box there. But going back to this, what's interesting about this storm here is you got circulation here and another one here. You got two different mesocyclones, or two different areas of rotation within one storm. Now, we don't have any reports of tornadoes with that cell on Twitter as of right now, or even on the other ones, although we may have evidence that this storm right here may have an area rotation, which they just updated this tornado warning. Whoa, there could be another area rotation just to the north of that. Nope. Yeah, there could be another circulation just to the northeast of that. I mean, Pierce City, right now, within the rotation right now. Let's see if there's, ooh, and there may be something here. No, doesn't look like it. Eventually, as these storms kind of move through a little bit further east, where there's going to be more trees and stuff like that, probably more buildings, the correlation coefficient is probably going to become a little bit more useful. Which the correlation coefficient helps us see if there's like any debris getting aloft it or anything like that, which so far we haven't had any evidence of any debris getting aloft it or anything like that just yet. Looks like we may be down to just one circulation there. Let me look on Twitter to see if there's anything going on here. Let's see. Let me look outside real quick, guys. Hold on a minute. See if there's anything going on outside. Ah, man. I think there might have been snow outside my house earlier. Oh well. I wasn't expecting getting snow anyways. Oh well. Alright. I think I might just miss snow outside my house doing this, but that's okay. I wasn't expected to probably see any snow anyways. Still got a pretty impressive rotation signature north of Sulphur Springs. Still no tornado warning. That's pretty surprising. Got a pretty broad area of circulation here. There may be a new tornado warning that can get issued with that soon. That expires in 3 minutes. This one here, 18 minutes. This one here, 3 minutes. And this one here in 3 minutes as well. And, okay, yeah, we did get an expansion to the tornado warning. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Radar indicated rotation. Let's see. Locations impact include Goodman and Tiff City. So this is for southwestern Newton County and northwestern McDonald County in southwestern Missouri. Let's take a look to this storm here. This is pretty impressive storm. Oh, uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good. Um, oh crap. That's uh-oh. Alright, we may actually have a tornado, guys. We may actually have evidence of a tornado just to the northeast of Pierce City. That's about 3.5 miles. So for that viewer that's on the live stream, maybe right now, I figure guys got lucky. Police scanner said a touchdown. Okay. So yeah, we got evidence on radar that there's possibly a tornado. So We do have probably a tornado on the ground just to the north of Monette. You can see here we may have a TDS signature there. When you look at velocity, you got a really strong couplet there. And when you look onto the reflectivity, you got pretty good hook echo going on in there. So we may actually have a tornado on the ground here. So they're probably going to issue a pretty soon for that storm. So for that viewer that was 3 miles south, or yeah, your name is JP, you guys probably just got pretty lucky. I mean, literally, this tornado probably touched down. So 3 miles is right there. So literally, this storm here produced a tornado just 8 miles to your east. That's pretty daggone lucky if you ask me. But unfortunately for some other people, that's for some of these other areas in here, they're not so lucky with that. So we may actually have a tornado going on there. Meanwhile, around Joplin, Missouri, I don't think there's going to be a tornado going on there. I think that tornado warning the tornado warning has just expired. This tornado warning has expired. This tornado warning here seems to have been canceled. So right now we got 2 active storms. Well, probably make that 3. Got this one, and also that one, which looks like this one here is going to be a tornado producer storm. So if we look on velocity, oh yeah, there's definitely stuff going on in there. So 90-mile-an-hour winds going that way. Yeah, there's definitely some evidence of a tornado going on in there. Meanwhile, the correlation coefficient does show a little bit of a drop right in there. So we probably do have a tornado in those regions there. Tornado next to Oklahoma, new one in Goodman Town. There's a new one in Missouri, a new one. Let's take a look to that storm, and she's saying there's a new one. Yeah. Hopefully you're minting tornado warning. So let's take a look to that one, to this one. Let's move our radar sight. We'll have a little better view in here. So let's take a look to the rotation with that storm. Oh yeah, we got a pretty good area, strong rotation in there. Got an area, strong rotation in there, which I don't understand why there's no tornado warning with that. It doesn't make sense to me. Let's take a look to the correlation coefficient with it. Yeah, don't really have any evidence of debris getting lofted, which is good news. I think this radar is even picking up maybe some debris in there too, though. Yeah, looks like this radar site isn't picking up any debris from both of those cells, which is good news. So let's take a look to high-res velocity. You got an area of strong rotation in here, and there may be another one just to the north. Yeah, that's likely a glitch right there. So your rotation is right in here. That's if there's gonna be a tornado, there's gonna be one in there. Wait a minute. Did that tornado warning just get expired? Hmm. Did that tornado warning just get expired? Well, they probably should issue a new one then. I mean, seriously. That's I'm surprised they haven't issued a new one, to be honest. I mean, that's an area of pretty good circulation right in there. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, that's a pretty good area of circulation in there. So our 3 areas to watch. One there, got one here, and another one right in here. As of right now, Joplin, Missouri, your guys are in the clear with the severe weather threat. But I think the main area of focus is going to be this one right there. That one right in there will be the one to watch right now. So let me see if anybody said anything about either of these stories. So let's see here. Don't look like anybody said anything about it. So this story warning will expire in 26 minutes. We'll see if a new one gets issued for that one or the ones to watch right now, and even this one too. Let's see here. Honestly, if I were to get a new tornado warning for this storm, I mean, it's a pretty dangerous storm by the looks of it. Let's move our radar sight down here. Take a look at these other two. Yeah, you still got pretty good circulations with those two storms there. I mean, if you guys do like this live stream, you can hit the like button. If you guys already do like my channel, you can hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you're never miss an upload too. But that's your guys' choice if you guys want to do that or not. So we got a pretty good circulation there. Maybe one trying to pop up there. Got one there. Maybe something there. You got that one way up there too. Alright, we're going to start using this radar site now since we kind of have all these storms in here now in range. Got pretty good circulation there. Good circulation evident there. And a pretty good one right in there. Let's see if there's a drop. It doesn't look like there's much of a drop anymore, but there's still a circulation there. I'm just surprised there's no tornado warning with that right now. Really, either of these storms don't even have tornado warning except for this one. It's quite surprising. I mean, for my local National Service offices, they will have tornado warnings with these cells here. I mean, seriously. Not really a clear CCC drop. We'll probably it's starting to get late for me. So we'll probably end the stream whenever this tornado warning gets expired. Which is 23 minutes. That's still a while. But I could see this getting canceled or something though. I mean, this rotation right here with this storm is a little bit better than this one. This one here started to get a little better organized north of Jane. It looks like this circulation right there is starting to broad out. So it's looks like to be tied down, which is good news. Although we may have had a tornado somewhere in this region in here though. We might have had a tornado with that storm. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Rotation really started to come up just north of Jane though. One here, one there. That'll be the areas to watch. Let's see. Anything on Twitter? And doesn't look like it. And nothing. Hopefully things start to calm down. Let's see how the environment's going. I'm in Joplin, Missouri. Scary. Very scary. Keeps raining over and over. Your guys will be fine in Joplin, Missouri. Your guys' severe weather threat in Joplin, Missouri is pretty much over with, which is good news. I know you guys had a tornado warning earlier, but as of right now, I think your guys are in a clear severe weather. It's really catching my attention here. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. They'll probably issue a tornado warning soon. Who knows? Pairing these days, the National Forest Service offices, it's hard to predict if they're going to issue a tornado warning or not. Like that, like a couple of days ago, the National Forest Service at Memphis, someone at them on Twitter, and there's strong rotation. There's also a tornado breeze signature on the correlation coefficient, and they said on Twitter that there's barely no rotation. They never issued a tornado warning at all, but a few minutes later, they deleted that tweet. I'm pretty sure somebody got fired. I got a feeling somebody got fired in there. There's no way. Yeah, JP, I think you guys will be fine. Well, I actually don't know. Goodman, Missouri. Yeah. Goodman, Missouri is currently in a tornado warning. Uh, where's that one town at? Yeah, JP, your guys going to have to watch for this storm. I don't think your guys' severe weather threat's not quite over just yet. We still got circulation there. We probably have a pretty good circulation there. Looks like this one here is dying down. But for your cousin that's in Goodman, let him know to take shelter. Got pretty good circulation in there. It's a little bit broad, but still got a pretty decent circulation going on in there. Goodman, Missouri is right there. It's in the tornado warning. So they may expand that tornado warning. We'll see. And by looking from a different radar view, you can actually see the rotation there. Possibly another one behind that. Got another air rotation right in there, just northeast of Jane. Looks like we got some more rain and storms behind these guys. So probably after this storm here, that's around Goodman. I think your guys' severe weather threat will probably be over with. What is a funnel cloud? That's where what it is like a condensation funnel. But the thing is, with a funnel cloud, it doesn't like touch down to the ground. It's almost like a tornado, but the funnel, doesn't touch down or whatever. What is a funnel cloud in my town of Colorado Springs? You're chasing it? That's good to know. So let's actually take a look to the atmosphere, see how it's going. Surface-based CAPE, it's pretty much going away. We're starting to enter the evening hours, at least here in Eastern Standard Time it is. Let's see here. 100 millibars. Yeah, the instability is starting to go away. So generally speaking, the severe weather threat it's pretty much going away, or it's starting to calm down as of right now. Let's go back to the radar here. So your only tornado warning right now is at around Goodman. I probably have to end the stream here because I got other stuff to do. I may post a update video on the winter storm and the nor'easter potential for the Midwest and the Northeastern United States. It's either going to be tonight or tomorrow. Which, I mean, I can show you guys my map really quick. I mean, here it is. There is some changes I want to make to this forecast. There really is. I mean, areas are red. Some of you guys may possibly see 2 feet plus of snow. It really depends on how long that low pressure system is going to stick around. But yeah, this is the snowfall forecast. Your legend is right here, so you guys can stop the live stream and take a look and see where you live and stuff like that. I'm probably going to make some changes to this forecast. There's some changes I probably would want to make. So yeah, on that. 15 minutes left. I think it's starting to glitch out in there, so right around Goodman, Missouri, which is right here. We have a circulation here. Looks like we may be having a circulation trying to develop there. This circulation will actually head towards Goodman here. This circulation should miss to the north of Goodman. See what it's going to do. This circulation here northeast of Jane looks to be dying down, which is good news here. We'll see if the National Weather Service will expand this tornado warning. It's got 14 minutes left on there. There's a tornado in Miami, Oklahoma. They said on the radar. Oh wow. If you guys do have any questions, guys can put in the chat. Yeah, this is the only active tornado warning right now. Earlier there was like 6 tornado warnings earlier. That's what happens when you get a 2% tornado day. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, stuff like that happens. You know, it's happened before. Definitely quite crazy to say the least, though. I mean, so far we had like 3, 4 tornadoes. It's crazy. See if we got any storm reports yet in. Yeah, so far it's only been 2 reports so far. And you know, this is the SPC outlook for the rest of today. Marginal risk across southwestern Missouri, southeastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, and northwestern Arkansas. What's your tornado threat at this point? It's now more focused in southwestern Missouri, which the severe weather threat is slowing, dying down, which is good news. And you do have a small hail and wind threat as well. Excuse me. I want to look into later down the road. I mean, this. I'm interested to see what the GFS says on the 18Z run. This is going to be like the next system to launch after the nor'easter and the major winter storm that'll be happening for the next couple of days. This is really catching my attention, especially for, you know, people that live in the mid-Tennessee Valley. You know, those. We're going to see what's going to happen here. We're going to let that load for a little bit. We'll go back to radar real quick. All right. Looks like things are starting to finally calm down. Looks like your rotation has dissipated north of Goodman. Still got a little bit of rotation there, but other than that, that seems to be pretty much the only thing that's going on right now, which is good news. Let's see. Man, that could be a nasty line of storms for me, man. I tell you what. I mean, look at that. This is something I'm watching. This is something I've been watching for the past couple of days. It's this low here. I mean, I'm wondering if it's picking up on the instability. I mean, that's the one of the things that's limiting factors. How high is the tornado going to be? Do you mean the tornado threat? I mean, if you're saying tornado threat, I mean, right now the tornado threat is kind of going down right now. Tornado threat's going down, I should say. So this is most unstable Cape. Let's see if it's got anything going on here. I believe the timing is around Friday. I think it is. Yeah, it is. Let's try to get a sounding here. 13. See, the instability numbers are going to be pretty much like nothing. Both the dynamics in place, like very high vorticity numbers. There's a lot of wind energy. I mean, if we take a look at wind energy, which is 850 millibars, this is not surface winds. We'll let that load for a little bit. We'll go back to radar real quick. Yeah. Alright. We actually got a new severe thunderstorm warning. Okay. This does include Springfield, Missouri. We'll see what this is for. Quarter size hail. Uh, yeah, it's just quarter size hail. Springfield, Battlefield, Stratford, Clever, Brookline, Gladwell, Boise. I don't know how to say that. Republic, Willward, Marinville, Billings, Chesapeake, Ebenezer, and Turners. And that's just for quarter size hail. This does include Interstate 44 between mile markers 59 and 87. So that's just mainly for quarter size hail. That's the first severe thunderstorm warning of the day. Let's take a look at that storm there. How bad is the hail with that storm? Yeah, it's not bad. I think they're going to let this tornado warning let to expire. There's not really any other rotations or anything like that going on with that storm. I can go to Colorado real quick. Where are those reports? Oh. Just checking around my area real quick. Colorado. Yeah, there's nothing going on around Colorado right now. Colorado's fine. Let's take a look to this storm here. Yeah, JP. I think you guys. I think the tornado threat's pretty much just about diminished. No? Can you go live when you compare it? And you can at Colorado's if there's storms. Well, it just depends. I mean, I mainly go on live streams, for tornado coverage, if there's like, if like there's multiple tornado warnings or anything like that. It's really a way. It's pretty much when I do it. Let's take one of these 850 millbar winds. Oh my gosh. This is wind energy. I mean, this is 850 millibars, and these are thunderstorms right in here, as you can see there. And sometimes these winds up here at 150 millibars, and these storms can bring it down to the surface. You can get winds perhaps this strong, 71 knots. That's 75 to 80-mile-an-hour winds possibly with these storms. Even though you don't have any instability, you got high numbers of vorticity. I'll be making an update video on this pretty soon, likely after the Northeastern and the major winter storm. I'm likely not going to be that active for uh, next week uh, because, school and stuff like that. It is my last year in high school. So, yeah. Is that tornado warning living my way? I mean, not really. They're probably going to let that tornado warning expire. It's 5 minutes, so. Yeah, this rotating storm should miss you to the south. Other than that, I think I'm going to end it here, guys. Unless you guys don't have any other questions or anything like that. What is the wind on Friday in Georgia? I don't think it's going to be that strong. I mean, I can go here. Whoops, wrong site. I want to go here. So on Friday, you say. This is a European model. I mean, we got completely different solutions here, so I cannot really completely say what the winds are going to be. The European model says wind gusts 30 to 40 miles an hour. And you can see here by the GFS, it's weaker. Man, look at those winds around my area. 50-mile-an-hour wind gust. Jeez. We're likely going to have a lot of uncertainties with this storm here around February 5th. But it'll be something to watch closely, though. I'll be watching it closely. It'll be awesome if the European model were to verify, though. If the European model is correct, I could get a winter storm. But I highly doubt that's going to happen. So if you guys don't have any other questions, I'll just go ahead and leave the stream or end it here. Alright, I can write that down, watch it after the stream. Alright, I got your channel name. Yeah, I know there's a thunderstorm warning, but I'm mainly here just to cover tornado warnings. Plus, I've been live streaming 2 hours and 40 minutes. I mean, that's pretty long. I mean, the environment for the severe weather potential is going down, especially as we head into the evening hours. So it's kind of safe to say that the severe weather threat is diminishing. But if there's going to be any other tornado warnings, I probably won't join it back. Just depending on if there's like 4 other tornado warnings, I may come back, but we'll see what's happening. So yeah, guys, I'm going to end it here. Hope you guys did enjoy this live stream. If you guys like this live stream, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notifications so you never miss an upload. If you guys are watching this as a video, if you guys get any questions, you can put a comment section down below. Rotation and in the severe thunderstorm. We'll look at that real quick. Eh, I don't really see any rotation. If you're talking about this, it's just glitching out. There's not really any rotation with that. With that, there's not really any evidence of any rotation with that storm. There is some rotation with this storm though, but we'll watch it. But anyways, guys, hope you guys did enjoy this video. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.